Before we get into this video, I want to take a quick moment to talk about Wizio. Now, if you guys don't know what Wizio is, it's basically a platform that allows me to give you guys personalized consultations and advice. So, yes, I do emails, but if you want video advice, you can go on Wizio, wizio.com/JordanGreen, and you can click any of my services. I have a service on how to love yourself, how to be confident, no FAP, and an Ask Me Anything. So you can do any of those and I will give you a personalized 3 to 5 minute video response specifically for you in your situation. So it's kind of like the Dilemma series, but it's personalized. So I'm not putting you on blast for thousands of people to watch. Once again, that's wizio.com/JordanGreen. I'll have a link in the description and in the pinned comment of this video. Wave check. Wave check. Wave check. I know you guys are probably dying to see my hair right now. None of you guys have actually seen me with short hair before, other than the braids, but that's obviously not the same thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making this video. Now, before I show you guys what my hair actually looks like, I just want to explain why I actually cut my hair, because I feel like even though it's just hair, it seems like there's not really much to it. For me, my hair holds a lot of internal significance throughout my life. In 6th grade, I had an afro, and that's what I was known for. Everybody knew me as the kid with the afro. I had really nothing else going for me except for that, but that alone made me, I'm not going to say one of the most popular kids in school, but one of the most well-known kids in school. When people saw me, they knew it was me. There weren't that many 4'9" kids with big afros like me. Now, that obviously came with a lot of baggage. People were throwing stuff in my hair and, I'd be picking my hair out at the end of the day and there'd be gum in the pick and everything like that. It was rough. It was very rough, but I stuck with it for a long time because of the way that other people perceived me. I fell in love with the attention and the validation. And that's not a very healthy headspace to be in, especially at such a young age. And I think that that's a big part of the reason why I lacked confidence as I went through the rest of my schooling years. I placed so much of my self-worth into the way that other people perceived me, which was largely based on my hair, because as I explained earlier, that was my calling card. Now, I ended up cutting my hair, and pretty much overnight, all of the popularity was gone. And now I was just this 4'9" kid with a buzz cut and glasses. And it wasn't looking too good for me. That was basically me from the end of 6th grade all the way through the end of sophomore year of high school. I was this short kid with glasses. And of course, that messed with my confidence because, like I said earlier, I placed a lot of my confidence into the way other people perceived me. And without my hair, I was pretty much invisible to other people. So what did I do? I decided to get waves. Now, when I got waves, okay, a lot of people, they don't know this. Most people do not know that I used to have waves unless you went to high school with me. But my waves were crispy. Okay, I'm gonna keep real with you guys. That's not me trying to gas myself up. My waves were crispy. I would go as far as to say that I had the best waves in the school. If not, I was definitely top 2. And I wasn't number 2. I was in the 360 Wave Hall of Fame. I set the bar. And I promise you, you guys are gonna think I'm capping. After I got waves, everybody started getting waves in my school. Not saying that I started that, but I was one of the first. Now, with that being said, the waves gave me a lot of that same popularity that the afro gave me. And I fell in love with it all over again. I fell in love with the women looking at me and, in addition to that, I was also working, so I had enough money to get jewelry and these nice clothes. I was always wearing new Jordans and just all of this flashy, extravagant stuff that perpetuated a facade that didn't represent my bank account. And that drew a lot of attention to me, but it wasn't really the type of attention that I wanted deep down. Deep down, what I realize now is I wanted the attention that I have right now, which is people who love me for me, people who support me for being myself, like you guys. Now, once I began to realize that, I ended up getting rid of the waves. And I had this weird, short, curly hairstyle. I was all over the place at that time. But eventually I decided to grow my hair out. And This ran concurrent with when I started YouTube. And you can see the growth of my hair and the curls developing over time. And this is when my confidence began to skyrocket. A lot of my confidence was based on my hair because, as I explained earlier, that's just the mentality that I had developed through my schooling years. So as my hair is growing, I'm getting more and more confident. When I started to get hang time on my curls, I was a demon. I was unstoppable. Nobody could tell me anything. But it was all surface level confidence. It was all confidence rooted in my appearance. And I don't think that that's very healthy. Now, eventually, I noticed that a lot of spiritual YouTubers were cutting their hair. And I'm obviously not a follower. That's not how I got to where I am right now. But I definitely found it inspirational. I even made a video about Spiritual So a few months ago after he cut his hair because I was so inspired by what he did. It's such a power move to detach yourself from the identity that you've created for yourself or the identity that other people have created for you. For me, that identity was largely based on my hair. One of my most popular videos is about my hair, my curly hair routine. I'm sure some of you guys watching this, a lot of you guys watching this probably found me off of my curly hair video. But eventually, it got to the point where my curly hair was a little bit disruptive in terms of my day-to-day routine. If you guys go and watch that video, you can see all of the work that I had to put in to keep my hair like that. And it's just too much maintenance, especially for me being as busy as I am. And I felt like I didn't want to put in that type of effort anymore. So I went and got my hair braided because I was too afraid to cut my hair. I was afraid to make that commitment. Now, as far as the braids go, I believe that they looked very, very good. I actually enjoyed having them quite a bit. The problem was I wasn't solving the root issue, which was my attachment to my hair. And even though it was a step in the right direction, it wasn't really a big enough step for what I was looking for. I want to do something that is going to make me grow as a person. They say a bad day for the ego is a good day for the soul, and I truly believe that. Me doing what I did today, going to the barber and saying, take it all off, that right there was a power move on my behalf because it allowed me to do what I felt was right. I can go with the haircut that I enjoy and not have to worry about what other people think because, first of all, I know that I'm still a good-looking person regardless. And that may sound like I'm gassing myself up. I may seem conceited for that, but that's just me being confident. I finally found the confidence in myself to say that I don't care what my hair looks like. I'm still a good-looking person. But that's besides the point. Okay, I know you guys clicked on this video to see my hair, and I've been giving you guys the runaround for this whole entire video. So, without further ado, this is the reveal. I know I look crazy right now. You guys have never seen me with my hair like this. Now, understand something. It looks a little bit weird because I'm coming straight from the curls, and that made my hair a little bit patchy. But as my hair grows back, it's going to even out. And right now the plan is to get waves. I already bought a bunch of different products and everything like that. Like I said, I had waves before, so I know how to get waves. And you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I've been gassing myself up for these past couple of months, saying that when I do decide to get waves again, I'm going to be unstoppable. And I'm going to back up those words. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And you guys are going to see that transformation. Now, another part of the reason why I wanted to cut my hair, aside from me just doing something for myself, is because I feel like as a grown man, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having long hair, but as a grown man, I feel like I want a haircut that represents me as a grown man. The curly hair phase was, young 19-year-old Jordan who was still finding his way in life, wasn't quite there, but he's still climbing the ranks. This me right now, I'm grown. I am myself. I am Jordan. And I'm still getting better. Don't get me wrong. This time next year, I'm going to be a whole different person. But I feel like there's a lot of moves that I'm making in my life, such as finding my own apartment. I'm in the process of getting my own apartment right now, which I'm very grateful for. And I appreciate all of you guys that have helped make this possible. And I'm also working with a lot more companies, securing business deals, securing the bag, and providing more value to you guys. And I just feel like I'm really on my grown man vibe now. That's the type of vibe that I'm on, and I'm ready to make that next step in my life. So me getting this haircut, getting rid of the curls, this represents, for me, this represents a new beginning. This represents a rebirth in a sense. I feel like a completely different person. I look like a completely different person. I'm sure some of you guys are still in shock over how I look, but whether you like it or not, I like it, but most importantly, I did what I needed to do to level up, to give myself a new beginning. Lately, I've been feeling very stagnant. And I know that sounds strange given that there's a lot of opportunities presenting themselves to me and my channel's been growing and all of that. But I just feel like I needed to make an internal change that may be caused by an external change. And this was the change that I needed to make. Now, in addition to this, I'm also going to be taking my fitness a lot more seriously. I've been slacking with that. I go to the gym 3 times a week, but I could definitely eat more. I could sleep more. A lot of things like that. I'm just focused on me right now. That's the vibe that I'm on. I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on leveling up, bossing up. I've been reading. I've been putting in the work that I need to put in. I've been consuming educational content, working on my body, working on my mind, working on my soul, meditating, journaling, doing all of the things that I preach in my videos. I'm doing them right along with you, and I'm growing right along with you. This is only the beginning. I say that all the time, but I don't just mean that in terms of my YouTube channel. I mean that in terms of me and my growth and you and your growth. We're just getting started, no matter what. There's always room for growth. And even though you can't go back and change the beginning, you could start where you are right now and create a new ending.